Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us here today. I hope you all are staying healthy and happy. And I wanted to let you know that today our webinar is going to introduce you to My Choral Coach. I'm going to go through some of the onboarding process for your singers and show you some of the functionality of the dashboard. And let's go ahead and get started. Also wanted to mention, actually before that, is if you have if you want to go and to purchase My Choral Coach, you can go to the ACDA site and we have a page there that you can do that. So I just want to let you know that. Or you can go to mychoralcoach.com, scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, and there's an option there as well. Okay, let's get started. First, I'm going to share just how to invite someone to your choir. Basically, after you send a singer an invitation, you have this screen here that will show you have to basically set up an account. You have to agree to the terms of service. You can register with social media or username or password. Verify, that you're not a robot, and then also click create, and boom, your account is there. You're done. So what you see first is going to be My Choral Coach dashboard. Basically, this is an overview of your account's activity. I'm going to go live now to an account. This is my account. So to explain this, this number 3 says repertoire waiting. This is repertoire that someone has sent me, a singer has sent me that I have not reviewed yet. So this is kind of just a dashboard that shows you how everything is functioning. Here's the pieces that are assigned today. So I've assigned one piece to a singer today. Total number of singers that I have, 74. I can go straight to my singers from this button. And I've had 62 singers log in the last 7 days to work with My Choral Coach. So what I want to do now is to show you the dashboard or the menu. Excuse me, I'm on the wrong page here. Okay. So basically, I'm going to show you where your singers are. Your list of singers are here. Basically, when you invite someone, they will have invited by their name. And once they accept the invitation, it'll just be, notice just their name only there. So you'll verify that the singer has signed up to your account. All right. So if I open up any of these, I see the pieces that I have assigned to my singers. I even have a note of how many attempts they've made at what I have sent them and what score they have or how well they did. And we'll go into the visual feedback, but just for you that don't know anything about My Choral Coach, I just wanted to open this up briefly and show you what this does, and then I can show you the best way to get started. So this is just a visual. If you opened up a piece, and if you had a singer that submitted something, the first thing that happens after you send an assignment, which I'll show you how to do in a few moments, an assignment is that they can sing in as many times as they like, and then they get a score. And this person did not do very well. And actually, this was at the last minute. We had one of our staff do this, so we would have something here to show you. So as you notice, underneath the notation, you see a red, yellow, and green line. We call that the caterpillar. What the caterpillar does is red means that there's definitely something wrong. Yellow means that there are some issues with that. It could be a few different things. If you had a phone ring while you're trying to sing something and record it, green means everything's good. So when we go under this, what My Choral Coach does is it listens to the performance of the singer and actually gives them feedback. So they sing a wrong note. If they're flat, here it says that it said cut off early, so they played that last note not as an 8th note, possibly as a 16th. We keep going through here, of course, wrong note G, beginning and cut off early. So there's all kinds of all kinds of problems here. But so this is what My Choral Coach does. So it gives you an idea of how detailed and how useful this is to view with your choir members. They can practice, they don't even have to use this feature while they're practicing at home. When they want to get a score, they can do that. They can go ahead and set it, but they can practice without any scoring or anything from from the time that they get it. So what I wanted to do is if we go back, I wanted to show you how you're going to invite a student. That's the first thing. So you go to Add Singer, and you can do this from your dashboard actually, or since I'm here, you go to Add Singer, and you just type in an email address. I'm just going to this is how easy it is. If the singer is under 18, we have the option here to click this on, and what happens is this email invitation is going to go to the parent, and then the parent will sign up their child's account. So the email goes to the parent. You would put the singer's name here, and you can always go here. It tells you what the students experience, and I'll go back through that in a moment. But you click do it. Invitation goes to the singer, and as soon as they accept that, you all are connected. You can be connected with your entire choir, and you can communicate with your choir through the pieces that you assign them for rehearsals and performances. You can make comments, you can talk back and forth, you can review feedback. So it's very, very detailed, and it's a great program, especially now in this isolation period. It brings everyone together, and it's a fantastic tool to also engage and keep you interested in. Everybody's going to stay interested in singing, but to stay pumped up and moving forward and getting better, this really does that for you. It's something that really you want to see that score go up. You want to see where you're making mistakes, and it's a totally biased platform. I mean, the computer is grading you, and we'll talk about how you can assign something and go through all the different features of that in just a moment. So I hope that I've explained that well enough. I'm not going too fast, but again, we just went through the assignment process, or the registration process of sending an invitation to a student or a singer, and that singer is connected as soon as they accept the email. And if it's a singer under 18, the parent has a parent account, and it's monitored by the parent so they can see all the activity that's going on in this account. So it's a very, very, very safe environment. So now what I want to do is I'm going to go to the content library, and from here I'm going to show you how to assign something to a student. So if we go to content, which is here, and we click on content, this brings up different content that's in there. Let me just go back to this. And if you, actually, hold on one moment. Let me go back to favorites is here and go back here. Because these are my favorites, but I apologize, my having some technical issues here. Here we go. So this is the library, the content library, GIA publications in here. What you can do when you're scrolling through the content library first is you can search. Of course, you can filter the search. You can search by the composer, the major work, and we'll talk about individual repertoire in a moment. But when you go through this and you pick something, I'm just going to choose, I don't know. So we'll do this. So once you choose a selection, the contents are listed there, and you can review how long the piece is, the title. When you're ready to open it up, it's very simple. You just click on it, and boom, there it is. You can go over here to the right side, and you have a drop-down menu that first I'll show you. I'll put it in full. This is full view, right? So you would, not the best view, but I mean, if you want to hear all of the parts and you want to hear the whole piece, you can go up here to play first and listen to it.
With me, Lord, when I am in trouble.
Right? So if I was going to assign this to a singer, their part, all I have to do is go here and choose, I'll say alto. Here's the alto part. I go to assign to singer. And at this point, once you choose your singer, you verify the part. I think I chose alto. You can put a comment here, or it comes up in the next step as well. So this is how easy, if you're just going to assign content to someone to listen to and have them have total access to all the content, do what they want within this system, then you can click add and it goes. It's that simple. Boom, it goes to your singer. They have the content library, any assignments they send you, or you send them, and then you can, there's not really an assignment function there. It's just you're handing over this score to them and saying, this is the repertoire we'll be singing next week. But what's amazing about this system is you can dive in to show advanced options here. And as a choral director or music teacher, you can really specify how you want this choral singer to receive that material, depending on whether they're a beginning singer or they've been singing for a while. There's right here, you've got grading, and you can set that grading to easy, medium, or hard. Here you can set a score goal, and the score goal, basically what that means is they have to sing this and reach that specific goal before they can send that back to you. If you want to be that detailed about it and you say, okay, I want everybody to work this week, we want to have at least a 90% before you send me this back. So you can do that. You can set the tempo goal. You can go here to any mode. This is a great feature. Free mode basically means that if a singer is singing, the cursor follows the singer, right? It follows the singer. That's what free mode is. So any mode means they have any of these options at their disposal. If we go to free mode, what that does again is the cursor follows you or the singer. With metronome means there's a click that follows the singer. It's just a click track, metronome. If there's a backing track, which means either the full choir behind them, maybe there's an accompaniment part of a piano, whatever that backing track is. If there is a backing track, they can practice and sing along with the backing track. When we go to regular means that they can view the exercise or the piece, and they can practice it any way that they want. If you wanted to assign something as sight reading only, that means that you would send them a piece and they would not be able to listen to it before they recorded. It would be totally a sight reading exercise. So they would click record and just sing, right? Memorization means that if they don't have the music, when they click record, the music disappears and the music comes back at the end with the score that I showed you, and then you can see all the feedback. So here it's pretty detailed as far as how, say if I wanted to say, I'll just leave that at regular, but then you click add. So now that assignment goes to the singer, and it's designed to them on their level of singing, what you expect out of them for the next rehearsal and the performance. So let me do this. Hope everyone is following me so far. Let me take a quick drink of water because my mouth is getting very dry. Okay. What I wanted to do is to go back or go ahead to the tool palette and show you all the functions of the tool palette. We found out, play is play. Basically what rewind does is it takes you back to the beginning, right? So if this is assigned to a student, so this dashboard, for instance, down here is record. With anything, when you're recording on this platform, you have to have headphones on. If not, the metronome or the backing track will bleed through and it will pick it up on the microphone, and it will definitely filter the assessment and make it, it won't be as accurate. So you want to make sure, and there's a note that usually comes up here. Yes, there is the note. Please use headphones. Having a backing track run from the speakers will reduce the feedback quality and scores. So there you go. You can get reminded as you go along. Here, the singer has the ability to practice this at any tempo that they want. Unless you send them an assignment, they can't send that back to you at a slower tempo, faster tempo. But as they practice, these practice tools enable them to manipulate the score in different ways just to practice and get prepared. But if you send them an assignment that has specifics, then they cannot alter that at all. But so what we do is we can just move this down any way. It can go way, way down. This is probably, sorry guys, you're probably not hearing me. It's so slow. So you can do that. Go back to the beginning, tempo. Let me explain the tracks function. If you go to tracks, this tells you what's available as far as the tracks on this piece for practicing. So practicing is tracks. So when your singer is practicing, you can assign it to them for them to only be able to practice with a metronome, or they practice along with the full choir with your part, or the backing track, which means they would be listening to the choir in the back in their headphones and would not have any, their part would not be there. So they would fill in that part just as though they were singing with the choir. So it's like playing live, singing live at your home while you're isolated. So it's a great feature. So this can be set any way that you want. Again, I showed you previously, if you just set it at regular, then everything is, they can choose the way they want to rehearse at home, okay? So that's how tracks works. Demo audio is always the audio that is already in the computer. It's not the audio of the actual singer that is singing into the device. We go to backing. This is only for the record function. When we go to record, I have some options here as well. Before I record something, I have the ability to set this, or actually you do as a director. Follow me means, again, that the cursor will follow the singer as they're recording. Metronome means they're singing to a metronome only. Backing track means that they're singing along with that backing track or choir in the background as they sing and record. You have an option here also to shut off the cursor so you do not see the cursor as it goes by. So those are a lot of those features that are right there in tracks and also in backing. If you forget the name of the piece, sometimes you can just go here to details, and it gives you the title of the piece, and also you have some other features here. You can close it out, or you can view the tuner from here, but I'll show you that from the dashboard. Okay, details. So here, this is the tuner. You can go to sing and see if you're flat or sharp. So it's a fully chromatic tuner. We have several other apps with other instruments that this is a great function for them. So you have to be in tune. As you can see that if you sing something flat, it's going to let you know it, especially if you put that at like a medium grading level. So it'll be more lenient on easy. Medium, you'll see more, it'll be a little more strict. If you pick hard, it's going to grade you very, very severely. But you'll be humbled after singing something and singing the score if you don't sing it exactly right. So there's a human factor here too that you've got to kind of play with on how you grade someone. And I'm actually a guitar player, so when we have certain fills and things that we do, certain techniques that the computer would really kill us on, I tend to assume that or set it at easy so it's not going to grade me as harsh as it would somebody that's actually sight reading something, and this is something they have to stay right on with. So it can be really, really, really strict. Let me go back to this is full track. It's more enjoyable when when that's all there. What you can do too is you have a way to view in page view or scroll view, right? So this is for the full part. So if I'm looking at that score in page view, if I want to go to scroll view, boom, I type there, and then you can play it. It's still slow. It sounds like some people had something to drink before church. So anyway, so that's how that works. You can mark sections. I'm going to go back to just the an alto part here. You can mark a section here that say if someone is having some problems with one section of a piece or a score, you can go to mark sections and you can actually move that anywhere you want. All right. And once that is placed, you can even assign that, and that be the only assignment that choir member gets is sing these few bars, and it's a loop and it keeps going backwards and forwards. I won't subject you to the slow audio track anymore. So anyway, so that shows you how all the tools on the toolbar. What also here is this favorites button. If you're used to singing one piece a lot with your choir and you don't want to have to search through the content library, then that's the great place to put it, because if you just click on favorites, right? When you go back to your singers, or I'm sorry, your content, and you go to favorite, there it is, all right? So it's much easier than going through the content library. All right, what I wanted to do now is to show you how easy it is, because we only talked about uploading, or actually sending an assignment to one singer. All right, say you want to send an assignment to multiple singers. Then what you have to do is you create, and I'll bring that up in a moment, you create an Excel spreadsheet, which we will have up for you to download, or for you all that are already working with this platform. I know some of you, a huge number, have already purchased this, and you're kind of just using this as a getting started. And again, just let everybody else know as well that tomorrow we're going to be doing another one. It's going to be pretty much just a repeat of this one. Then we're going to have several more webinars going on here over the next few weeks. There'll be more focused on specifics. Again, today I'm trying just to get how to get started, giving you an overview of how the system works and how you can start using this for your singers, and how much time it's going to save you, and the ease of use. Once you look at this, we have a director user guide, which I'll show you in a moment, and how you do that. There's also a user guide for all of the members. So if I wanted to upload multiple singers, I create a spreadsheet. And the spreadsheet, we have these different columns. I'm going to go to add multiple here. I placed my spreadsheet in this demo file, so it's easy to get to. So what I did is I created a spreadsheet with these columns. It's like the email address. The instrument beside would be the voice, which would be soprano, alto, tenor, or bass. Then there is a rank, and that's like maybe soprano 1, soprano 2. That's not necessary. Actually, the only thing that's necessary to get this up and running fast is the email address, and you don't have to put anything else in there other than their email address. And then after that, it's their first name, last name, and then you have your sheet. What you do then, and which we will go over in a session just dedicated to this, is how you turn that into a CSV file. I understand, and I'm someone that's introduced to technology later on in life, and trying to explain technology to people is tough, including me. I mean, our director and tech person, which is a beautiful lady that is so patient with me. And I want this to be so easy for everyone that it's just, you can get up and get started very fast. We have tech support. We'll have these manuals available for you, and we'll also do these webinars. So don't ever feel like you're in this alone. You can always reach us. This isn't something about, hey, you're going to sign up for this and then we're going to leave it up to you. That's not the case. We're all educators, we're all musicians, and we're here to help. So basically, my email list has been, or my spreadsheet list has been compiled. What I did is I went up in my Excel spreadsheet and I chose to convert that to a CSV file. And once I did that, here is the CSV file. And what I do is, you notice here, it verifies, here's my column. And I go here to open, and an email has been sent to all singers. This is something that is definitely something I want to tell everyone about. You want to prepare all your singers when you are going to send this email. When you add a singer separately, you're just someone as a singer, it's not going to send an email until you tell it to send an email. Do you either assign something to them individually and it goes out? But when you upload a list, the system immediately sends out an email to all your students and all your choir members, depending on, and it will say, you've been invited, and it will, if that goes to their junk folder, which it might, because it's a mail bot, it's just typical, depending on filters on different computers and emails, you might have a problem with that. And so it's best to just say to your singers, I am be sending you and introducing you to my choral coach. Plan to see an email. If you don't see the email, please go to your junk folder. And if it's not there, then that's something else we'll talk about in another session. But there's a way to send a direct link to that person that maybe did not receive that email if they can't find it. So there's always ways around that to make that happen. Make sure that they get connected with you. So that's how you do that. So as you see, as I mentioned earlier, when I brought up my student list, all this says invited. When they actually accept, boom, there it is. It just transfers to their name. So you know that they are invited. So if you see about 5 people that haven't paid attention in a few days, you know there's a problem. And so that's when you need to reach out, and we'll talk about how to do that in another webinar. And it's already in the user guide, everything that I'm going through now. And and it will be updated. So what I wanted to explain to everyone as well, while I want to take a break from looking at these addresses and how to assign things, is that this first launch that we're doing right now is web. It's a web app based platform. This is very common in how everyone typically runs or introduces a new product, and we love to hear your feedback on this. But for the first week here, maybe week and a half, this is only web based. So you have to use your laptop or desktop. You have to have Google Chrome as your browser. I know some of you might be frowning now, and I apologize for that. But I'll promise it's only very temporary. And but when you upload anything, what we'll talk about in another webinar is when you upload your own original content. As a director, most of your work is going to be done on the computer. You're going to upload scores. You're going to do all that type of work that's going to be done on your desktop or laptop. When you assign singers, once those assignments go out, or you can even assign parts on your mobile devices when this is launched early part of June. So we're just a couple of weeks away from that. And so that means that it will be any mobile phone over any platform. This platform will be available to everyone on mobile devices, on their computer. So you'll use it in different ways. And when that happens, and that's going to be, very short, I'm going to put up a version 2 user guide that's going to have a lot of other really, really cool features in it. One is going to be a Zoom onboarding or Zoom link to where you can actually see the choir person or persons as you're speaking with them or talking to them. You can also get video submissions to where when a choir member goes to record something and you've requested them to record something, and what they do is they give the system access to their microphone, and there will be a feature that says give access to their camera. So when they give access to their camera, what happens is they're singing, they're actually getting an assessment as they're singing, and it's recording them visually as they're singing. So not only do you hear them and see them, and see the assessment or see that being scrolled underneath their picture, you can see if they're standing up. It's more for to really see how someone's playing an instrument or holding an instrument or their posture, that kind of thing. But basically, you can see the singer. You can verify it's them singing, and it's really a way to keep it personal. So you're all still singing together, looking at each other, and once the student or the singer plays that piece and records that piece and submits it by video, you as a director receive notification on your email by phone. It says John Doe has sent in the submission for Amazing Grace, and so you go, okay, cool, and then you look at it and you could tap on it then, and then you can see it, and then you can hit play, and you can see your choir member singing that. Shows their score. It shows their all the feedback underneath. So you feel more now connected with them and how they're singing. You can make comments on that performance and help them. And as teachers, that's what we want to do. Of course, we want to help our students or our choristas, whoever that we're teaching. We want to help them the best that we can to get the level of their singing up to where they're going to be performing. And so you can really, really, really connect this way. So that will be in the update again, which is coming in June. So the last thing I'm going to go over today is to show you how you can set up, as you notice here on my desktop, I have my singers. And then if I click on that, of course, here's all my singers here. But I can also group my singers and call them, there could be, maybe there's multiple choirs that you work with. So I set one up called Tuesday Choir, and it only has one person in it, so it's not a choir yet, right? And here's another one, Wednesday Choir. So it's very easy to set that up. If you go to singers, this is the way that you can do it. You can go here to all and everybody, right? So you can then edit. What you do is you click Edit Group, and the group title I'm going to say, which is us right now. I don't even know what day it is, but I'm going to say Thursday Group. Boom. My internet's going a little slow. I might have to refresh. There we go. So now, boom, I click on that, and there's my Thursday group. And it's labeled here. If you use the, of course, if you use the sign-up sheet, you can, and you have all the information if your singer is a, soprano, alto, tenor, or bass, of course, that could be listed here. But this is a quick visual. I don't have any assignments in here, but again, this is kind of like your exactly like the dashboard off beside the student. So you see the dashboard here. What hasn't been reviewed? This student has sent three, or singer has sent three assignments to me, and I've yet to check those out. And it shows that I've also sent three that he is not submitted, right? So these are the total active assignments that are out to that singer. So this can get as detailed as you want. It can be as simple as a practice and rehearsal tool. It's got page turning that you can use it as a listening tool and follow along with scores. if your choir, if you want to engage with them, like I have shown you in multiple ways, then that's where you can use that assignment panel, that create assignment panel, and you can connect with them in more ways than you have been able to do before, especially while we're in this isolation period that we're in now. So I'm hoping I haven't forgotten anything on this first one other than how to upload content. I will just show you basically what we're going to go over in the next webinar next week is how to do that. I'll just give you a preview of how that works. When you go to your content, you go to create your own repertoire. You can, let me go down here. You can upload a score, music XML score. What we suggest is that you use MuseScore for the time being. MuseScore works fantastic with our system. We export a lot of music XML from Finale, from Sibelius, and as you know, that's not really been a perfected thing yet. I mean, you find some of the rehearsal markings might be down in the staff, just different things like that. Endings are all over the place. So what we do, because we work with so many different publishers and license our technology to many publishers, that we put all these files that we export from Finale, Sibelius into MuseScore. And MuseScore is free for anyone that has not used that. You can go to musescore.com. It's a totally open resource for you to use, and sign up with MuseScore. If you use Finale and you want to export it as a music XML, all you have to do is upload that into MuseScore, see if there's any mistakes, and then save that, and then you just upload it directly into our system like this. And that's what we're going to go over next week. And also on this feature, this is fantastic, and I think you all are going to love this. You can actually just click record, or first, you can set a metronome setting or turn it off. You can click record and sing something directly in to your phone or your computer microphone, and it captures that audio file. And especially with mobile devices now, those microphones are pretty good. I mean, it's amazing how much they have perfected those. And so once you record, it saves it as that file, and then you can save that and put it in your library as an assignment, and you can send that to one of your choir members, and you can attach a piece, a PDF or something like that, and they will receive it just as you would send the assignment, and then they would practice it, listen to it, and then they could record themselves singing along it, and then they would get an assessment, not as detailed as an assessment as the drop-down box that I showed you previously, but it will show you where the mistakes are made. And by able to A/B the demo audio, which is what's on the system that they're or what you had put there, what you had sang, to their recording, they can A/B that and listen back and forth, and they can actually hear and then visualize where those mistakes took place. So in closing, this can be the simplest program on the planet to use. It can also be a very, very easy assignment type of a panel to work with your different choir members, see how they're doing, give them great feedback and comments, listen to them, watch them sing. And one other feature, I'm sorry I forgot to mention this, but we also have a feature here. When you sing something, you can actually download your voice, right? Your voice to whatever you were recording along with. Maybe it's like I played Amazing Grace. Maybe you're singing Amazing Grace, and you're recording that with your voice, and in your backing track, you're listening to your choir in the backing track. After that's completed, you can actually go to your audio or to your dashboard, and you can upload or download that audio file. Not the audio file of everything, but just of your singing. The directors can put those audio files and dump them into like GarageBand or any recording platform or digital audio workstation, and they're already lined up because, I mean, they're either singing to a backing track or they're singing to a metronome. And so you don't have to worry about, getting it in there and lining everything up. You pop it in there and you've immediately got your choir singing together from everywhere. They're from all different locations. So you can still have a guided and targeted rehearsal also, and performance, even recording. You could have all your choristers on Zoom. You could play the recording and make an event out of it. I mean, what I've gone through so far is just the tip of the iceberg. So as everyone knows, that right now, My Choral Coach, it's $50 for the choral directors, and it is free to all your members. And this is something that we're doing during COVID-19. We want to help. We very much thank Tim Sharp from ACDA for working with us on this project, and all those, especially a gentleman named Stuart Hunt, who put me in contact to understand the need that singing community has right now and all the challenges that they have. And we really hope that we're appealing and helping you guys get through this. And again, we're here for you at any stage, whatever we can do to help. Thank GIA Publications as well for bringing this content in for you to practice. But for what I've heard from all of you has been, uploading content is how you're going to use this. So you don't want to miss the next webinar on next week. Those will be scheduled. Again, you can go to the mychoralcoach.com and schedule it there. If you scroll down towards the end of the platform, you'll be able to find that. I don't have it pulled up on my screen. Maybe I can go here to the director guide. Let's see, just to give you a quick look. This is the guide that shows you. I'm just going to fly through this because I don't want to lose my train of thought on how to get you signed up for the next webinar. But this shows you everything that I was doing today, except for uploading content, which we're going to do in the next webinar. Nope, I thought there was. But anyway, you can also go to the aca.org and you'll find us there, and you can sign up for the next webinar there. You can purchase on that link as well. Go to the ACDA. There's a purchase link. There's one also that'll direct you to the purchase link on our website, which is mychoralcoach.com. I want to thank everybody so very much for spending this afternoon with me, and hope that I didn't bore you, and that my voice is not going to irritate you, because you're going to hear me a lot on a lot of these tutorial videos. And so unfortunately, I just have to say, you're just going to have to get used to it. So anyway, thanks again. Please go to ACDAA, purchase My Choral Coach, get involved with it for that price. Oh my goodness, there's no reason not to. And again, anything we can do to help, make sure that you have those purchase or those links available. You'll see that there's a Get Help tab on everything that you can click on, and we're there to help. And there's an email address, support@mychoralcoach.com. So we hope that you have a great afternoon and work with this, and it helps you in this time of need. And not only this time of need, but moving forward when we get back to hopefully somewhat normal, of how robust and how much time this can save you and your choir. All right, well, thanks so much. I really appreciate everyone joining us. And we'll see you next time. If you want to get back on this one tomorrow, we're here at 12 o'clock. That's Eastern Standard Time. Thank you.